Alright, in today's video, we are talking about sun gazing. So a few months back, I heard about sun gazing for the first time. I was talking to a friend of mine who had what I can only describe as rather mystical experiences watching the sunrise and the sunset. So I decided to check it out. After doing 60 days of sun gazing myself, here I am with 10 tips for you. Number 1, do your research. Am I a doctor? No. Should you take my advice? Also no. You have one set of eyes, and if you fuck them up, nobody wants to be responsible for that. So trying to find out a little more about sun gazing, a little more than what my friend had told me, I found that almost no outlets publicly want to promote the idea. This Facebook page from the San Diego sun gazing community says sun gazing information is for educational purposes. We do not recommend sun gazing to anyone, probably because they're afraid you're going to do something stupid and hurt yourself. So the best I can tell you is do your own research. Talk to your doctor or ophthalmologist. No matter what though, don't just believe what I tell you. Next, set your intention. Did you know that if you write down a goal, it is much more likely you will achieve that goal? So if you're going to take the time to go out and make contact with the sun every day, maybe think about why you want to do that. Do you want to experience something spiritual? Do you want to find yourself in a more grounded place? Or do you want to reset your circadian rhythms? Because that's totally a thing too. Okay, number 3, your window. From everything I've read online, from the few places that do talk about sun gazing, you do not want to look at the sun outside of an hour after the sun rises and an hour before the sun sets. Now, being pretty cautious and perhaps a little paranoid myself, I shrunk this window down to the last half an hour. The way this works is at sunrise and at sunset, the sun should be at such an angle to the earth that it's not going to damage your eyes. So I do not in any way recommend looking at the sun, let's say in the middle of the day. That's probably going to mess you up. So don't do that. Number 4, increments. You want to start out slow. I don't know if there's really training of your eyes per se, but all the advice I found and heard was specifically to just start with 10 seconds and add no more than 10 more seconds on each day. So first day, you look at the sunset or sunrise, 10 seconds. Next day, 20 seconds. Next day, 30 seconds. You guys get it. Number 5, be positive about it. I actually had a weird little incident a few days in where I was just feeling really paranoid that I was going to damage my eyes somehow. And I really think that is the wrong approach. If you don't feel good about sun gazing, don't do it. Even if in the moment you went all the way out to wherever it is to go see the sunrise or sunset, if you change your mind, just don't do it. Don't worry about it. Don't stress yourself out. And next, be grateful. I've not found this online so much as heard it from my friend who did a lot of sun gazing, but he really recommended that you spend the time being very grateful for the sun as you watch it rise or set. Hey, if there was no sun, we would not have life on this planet. We would not have food to eat, and a host of other things. So be grateful. Thank the sun as you are watching it for giving you life. Number 7, set a timer. So in adding increments of 10 seconds each day, I started off just doing it in my head. I would count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. What could go wrong, right? I did find around day 4 or 5 when I thought, you know what, I'm going to use a timer that I was way off. Counting in my head was not at all accurate or reliable. So just to make sure you're not overdoing it, or in my case, underdoing it, if that's a concern of yours, just time it. Number 8, get there on time. In cutting it close one day, I found that I could not see the sunset because the sun, while up in the sky still, was obscured by the skyline of San Francisco. So yeah, definitely factor that into your timing and don't get there too late because you might not see the sunset or sunrise at all. Number 9, and this one is really important, no contacts and no glasses. So you want your raw, bare, naked eyeball to make contact visually with the sun, because it creates a filter that's not going to do the things that you want it to do. We're going for all natural here. Wear your glasses out there, take them off, and then watch the sunset or sunrise. Number 10, have a plan. So turns out in my first 2 weeks of sun gazing, specifically sunsets, that I missed the sunset because the clouds were too thick. I didn't know what to do. So I was at, I don't know, something like 60 seconds of watching, and then there was no sun. And the next day there was no sun. So what do? Do I go back to 60? Do I go back to 50? Do I just forge ahead at a minute 30? No, probably don't do that. What I did is I would stay at the same amount of time as the last time I had watched the sunset or sunrise, or I would decrease by 10, 20 seconds, depending on how many days I had missed. So have a contingency plan for what you want to do when you just can't see the sun because the weather has told you no. And thank you for watching this video. If you liked this video, hit like or give me a comment telling me what other videos you would like to see me make. Take care.